Greetings, programs, and welcome to the ArcNeo Reviews Halloween special, where today we will be looking at not one, but two action figures. One, a high-class collectible, so good it will stop the hearts of all who look upon it from its sheer majesty. The other, a toy made for children that collectors really dislike. Like, heart-stoppingly so. That's enough of the voice now. So, yes, today, I'm going to look at two figures. One really good, one really bad. Happy Halloween, people. I did a thing. Also, hope you like the new intro. So, to start off on a high note here, our good action figure is actually the new Marvel Legends movie Venom. Now, I know I haven't looked at Marvel Legends on the channel before. I've actually started to here and there, but I just never have gotten around to it. But, yeah, this guy has forced my hand. This is probably the greatest action figure I've ever seen made. So, start off here, just bring him in close. Get a look at that lovely head of his. Fantastic sculpt, wonderful paint job. He's got the movie style, kind of lightning bolts going down on his upper chest, on his shoulders, and on the back of his hands and his forearms. Really nicely done sculpt all over, though. Just really good attention to detail. Something on his shoulder. 1 second. I have no idea what that was. A Halloween mystery! Anyway, yeah, really great sculpt, just all the way down the body. Really nice choice of, plastic as well. It gives off this, really shiny, almost oily look, just all over, which is, perfect if you've seen the Tom Hardy movie. Even, really high detailing, on the toes. And in a weird move, actually, he doesn't have the normal stand hole in his foot, because they actually molded in, proper arches and everything else into this guy. If the stupid camera will focus. My camera is possessed! No, the articulation on this guy is insane. The head is on a ball joint, so it gets a really good range of motion on its own. And then that ball joint is actually on it's on a small stick, I guess. So you get a bit of shifting forward and back as well as the actual bend. Shoulders can rotate all the way around. Arms can move in. They can move way out. Bicep rotation, double jointed elbows, so you get complete range of motion there. The wrist has a hinge right there at the base, so you get some in and out. You also get a rotation on its connection peg. And then the most impressive part of this guy, actually, the upper torso is attached on a ball joint, so you can actually shift his upper torso side to side, back and forth. It rotates. Because he is mostly black, it doesn't really mess with the sculpt either, so it stays looking really good. He does have an ab crunch as well as an arching back. Legs are attached via ball joint, so you get really good range of motion there as well. You get in, you get out, you get back. Get a rotation right there at the thigh. You've got double jointed knees, so again, really deep range of motion there. Then the ankles are attached a little weird, but you've got back and forth motion on them, as well as they can rotate as well. Now, this guy being a Marvel Legends figure, he does come with a few alternate parts. For each of his open, creepy hands here, he also comes with, one second, Just go ahead and yank the hand off. He comes with closed fists as well that also have the detailing on the back of them. They just pop in and pull out, as these things tend to do. He has a good enough range of motion even. You can get him into like one of those classic fighter, holding on to his own fist kind of things. The joints do kind of have like stopping points they like to use. So, once in a while you will have that kind of get in the way a little bit, but it's pretty minor. But you get a fist for each hand. Here's the other one, just to say I showed it to you guys. And then you also get an alternate head. So again, pop the head off. Here you can see there's that ball joint that's on a bit of a, I guess that's a barbell joint. So, there's a second ball joint down lower that's letting this one shift around. And you get a classic open mouth, tongue hanging out Venom head. And my word, this thing is so good. Again, this is probably, just in terms of being an action figure, the best action figure I've ever seen. It's got so much dynamic range to how it poses. The head sculpts are both painted amazingly. He's got all the details going down on his back. He's got a butt, because of course it's got a butt. So, as my voice is roughed up from the intro, this thing, absolutely amazing. One of the best action figures you can ever get. Which now leads us into the bad figure. Now, bit of a cop-out, I know. This is a figure that is widely considered bad. While it's not my favorite, I also don't understand quite all the hate for it. But then again, I do kind of understand. Enough waffling, though. This figure is actually the Transformers animated Voyager Starscream. And I know a whole bunch of people just shocked and awe that I'm talking bad about a Starscream figure, while many, many other collectors just groaned in agony at the sight of this thing. So, at least as I understand, there's a lot of people who, they really hate this kibbly underside and a lot of other aspects of the figure. I actually only have one problem with this figure, but it is a big problem. For history, this is actually the very first Transformer I ever ordered online. Second Transformer. I forgot. Buzzsaw was the first one I ordered to replace my childhood, original. But this guy, I went and I got him on Transformers Land years ago, like while I was still in college. And, it was a big moment for me. This was like my first, I think this was the first Voyager class figure I owned, actually. This was my first animated figure. I was really excited to get it. I loved it when I got it. And nowadays, even though I've definitely soured on it a bit, I do still kind of like it. From the top, it does have really good detailing, lots of little sculpted details, even for one of the relatively simple animated designs. Little gold tampographed Decepticon insignias. Yes, my commentary is horrible. Beware! Little actually rolling landing gear, which is impressive. Most landing gear this small doesn't actually work. The feet back here acting as thrusters, you can actually, adjust their angle a little bit, which that is a thing real modern fighter jets do. You can also, adjust the angle of the tail fins if you want. There's a lot of good here on this figure. Because like I said, I do mostly like this thing. As well as the guns that it uses in robot mode. They're just stored back here. If you want, you can flip them forward. They even, you know, are cut out a little bit to sit over the legs. And you can pop in the missiles. Missiles are just this clear orange mold with a classic shark head molded into the end of them. Which is, again, that's a neat detail. I do like that. They just plug in down here. Yes, I do have both of them, if I can manage to keep a hold of it. I'm putting that one in upside down. So, you know, that's pretty neat. Buttons right here on the outside of each of the launchers, so you can fire them very well. The springs have lost a little bit of tension over the years, but still mostly good. Now we get down to the transformation, and that's where, for me, the figure loses a lot of points. You know, because I don't mind the underkibble. You know, the fact I can just fold these up, you know, it's mostly fine to me. The transformation's where I've got problems. Transformation's really simple. Just come back here, unpeg, or, you know, kind of just unwrap the legs from these little sections here that they're going around. And then most of the transformation is actually supposed to be an automorph, where the arms will come out, the torso will bend over, and the nose cone will fold in. You'll notice I had to push in the nose cone. The automorph gears in this guy did not hold up for crap. So, unfortunately, yeah, I have a elderly handicapped Starscream that I have to assist in the automorph to get to actually transform. Hence my problem with it. So go ahead, finish the transformation up here. There's a little hook right down here at the base of the wings. So what you'll do is actually split these panels, bring them out, fold these little fins back. Then you'll bring this down and it will hook in right there behind the landing gear. It's not a super secure connection, but it works. Go ahead and rotate the arms into position. Open up his feet. Make sure I got this one opened up all the way. This one has a little bit of a sticking point. And then for the legs, you'll want to bring them, well, you'll want to straighten them out. Then you'll want to click them forward one, then click the knee back one to get everything like proper center of gravity and everything. And there you have animated Voyager Starscream in robot mode. And I hear a lot of people really, really hate on this robot mode. This part I like. That's the most terrifying part of this video. I actually really like this figure in terms of how it looks. My problem is the durability. Because the automorph worked fine when I got it. And I have pampered this thing since the day that I got it. And it's just degrading from very minimal transformations over the years. So, bring it up in close here. A great head sculpt with a lot of light piping, actually. Not just the eyes, but the mouth, too. In fact, I'll see if I can get this to show on camera. Grab a flashlight here, and yeah, even in this, you know, as much lighting as I've already got, you can see the mouth lights up. There's actually some red paint on the eyes to help, you know, really, you know, sell the pupils and everything. That's all really good. And, you know, the posability on this thing isn't half bad even. The arms do rotate. They're on a soft ratchet, so they hold their position pretty well. They can move out most of the way. He's got just about 90 degrees bend at the elbow. There is a rotation just above the elbow as well. The hands are actually adjustable. While I definitely need to tighten mine up a little bit, you can, get some pantomime villain action going on if you're careful, which is a lot of fun. No waist articulation, which, the way it transforms, probably not a surprise. But you've got ratcheted legs. They can move forward. They can move way back. They can go out. You've got a rotation there at the thigh. You've got this hinge from the transformation you can use if you need to for whatever reason. Ratcheted knee goes back 90 degrees. And then not only can you, adjust the halves of the feet, but they're also attached on ball joints. So you get forward and back tilt, side to side, rotation. There's a lot going for this guy. If only he was more durable. And as a little extra feature, you also can grab the little cannons here on his arm while he's in robot mode, shift them forward, and it makes these little extra pieces pop out on the sides of the hand. It's a cool little feature. There's quite a bit about this guy that's pretty neat. Why did he have to be automorph, though? And why did the automorph have to be so terrible? So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on these two figures. This one, so close to being good, but just stumbled from the gimmick. This one of the best things in the world you can own as any kind of action figure collector. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a happy and safe Halloween.